Hey everyone, welcome back to the VoiceOverDude. Today, we are diving into one of the most darkest and most unforgettable chapters of history, the story of Rudolf Höss, the commandant of Auschwitz. He was the man who oversaw the death of more than 1 million innocent people, turning the camp into a factory of mass murder. But in 1947, justice finally caught up with him. When he was executed right beside a very common crematorium where so many of his victims had perished. This is the story of how one of history's most infamous figures met his fate. Rudolf Höss was not just another officer of Nazi Germany, he was the architect of Auschwitz, the largest and most notorious of all concentration camps. Under his command, Auschwitz became the epicenter of the Holocaust, where men, women, and children were transported like cattle and sent to their deaths. Historians estimate that more than 1.1 million people were killed there, the vast majority of them Jewish, but also Romani and Soviet prisoners of war, and other damned enemies of the regime. For Höss, mass murder was not just policy, it was organized, industrialized, and carried out with terrifying efficiency. When the war ended in 1947, Höss tried to vanish. He disengaged himself as a farmer, blending into rural Germany, hoping his past would remain hidden, but the hunt for justice did not stop. In March 1947, British soldiers tracked him down and arrested him. At his trial in Poland, the evidence was overwhelming. Survivors spoke of the horrors of Auschwitz. Documents, records, and even Höss's own words confirmed the scale of what had happened. In his testimony, he admitted to overchestrating the deaths of more than 1 million people, describing the killing process with a chilling lack of emotion. The world was stunned, listening to a man who had overseen such cruelty speak of it as if it were simply routine. His trial was not just about one man. It became a symbol, proof that even those at the very top of such crimes could not escape justice. In April 1947, the final sentence was carried out. Rudolf Höss was hanged at Auschwitz itself, directly beside Crematorium 1, the very building where thousands of dead were sent to their deaths. His orders, the location was chosen carefully, ensuring that his punishment was carried out at the heart of crimes he had committed. The haunting image of his execution still endures. It shows him standing at the glowless of the crematorium in the background, a grim reminder that the architects of terror cannot escape the weight of their own actions. His death was not the end of the suffering, but it was a moment of reckoning, a sign that accountability, even if delayed, was possible. Höss's story stands as a warning. Hatred and cruelty many spread for, but justice will remain seek to catch up. And that was the story of Rudolf Höss, the commandant of Auschwitz. Those crimes against humanity ended with his execution in 1947. If you found this story important and powerful, don't forget to follow the VoiceOverDude for more true stories from history, because only by remembering the past we can hope to protect the future. Thank you.